Morning everyone, welcome to Llangrannog on the Ceredigion coast. I've just come out here this morning to try and get a bit of landscape photography done. I was down here the other day with my little girl and I spotted what looked like a promising composition, so I'm going to head down there today with the camera and see what we can do. So we made the move to Wales about 6 weeks ago now, and we've been checking out a few beaches up and down throughout Carmarthenshire and Ceredigion, which is where we live. And yeah, one of the beaches that we came to pretty early on was this place, Llangrannog, and it's pretty easy to see why, as a photographer, I was drawn straight to this place. The compositions are just endless. You only have to take one look around from any position on the beach and you can spot 3 or 4 different strong compositions. So I thought I'd make this my first spot to come out to with the camera. It seemed fitting, and so yeah, let's try and get some images. It's hard. The hardest part of this, I look out over the rocks and I just see so many opportunities for compositions. So the hardest part isn't finding the composition, it's choosing one and settling on it. The weather is a bit of a overcast day, but it's got some breaks in the cloud, enough at least to give a bit of interest to the sky, so that should balance things out quite nicely. But mostly it's just nice soft light, really easy working conditions. Right, I've landed on my composition, first one of the day. Basically, I'm using these rocks, the rocks that have been weathered over the years by the sea. Obviously such an important part of the beach, so it only makes sense to include them in the composition. So they're quite chaotic, so I'm trying to pick out a path, if you will, through the rocks. Something that creates a bit of a leading line, drawing the eye up and through onto the beach and then onto the cliffs in the background. You can probably see there's one little bit of cliff there that's jutting out. So I wanted to make sure that was within the frame and framed within these rocks down on the beach here. Obviously got the house up on the hill as well, which is a nice feature, so that's going to be included. Yeah, should all come together nicely for a classic seascape image. So let's get the shot. So, I've just been informed by a lady walking her dog that there's going to be a school trip coming to this beach in the next half an hour. There is, around these rocks, there's another section of beach that I was hoping to get to. It'll be a lot more quiet around there, but the tide is currently rising and it would be pretty stupid of me to walk around there and potentially get cut off and not be able to get back around without going for a swim. Well, that's the end of that. Yeah, there's probably about 40 school kids down on the beach. Honestly, I never got to do anything fun like that when I was a kid, when I was at school. So it's nice to see them down enjoying themselves. But as far as photography is concerned, it's game over. For that spot at least, so I'm going to go somewhere else. I was going to go up onto the coastal path, shoot down at the beach, but I don't really want to have to clone out 40 school children of my images, so I'm just going to go somewhere different completely. Probably to another beach. I'm really enjoying the seascape photography today, and I just feel like I've only got one image so far, and I'd like to just bag one more from the beach, and then if time allows, I might go somewhere else. But yeah, I'm going to crack on and head probably south to another beach not too far away, and see if we can get just one more image from the morning. All right, let's go. One thing I will say about rural West Wales is, as soon as you get anywhere near the coast, it's basically just a rally stage, you know. All the roads are just single track, really windy, really bumpy, and really steep, because all the beaches are kind of set down from cliff faces. Right here? Yeah. All the beaches, whoop. I rest my case. Cameras flying everywhere. I'm gonna drive for a brunch. Right, just pulled up. It's much quieter here, which is good. No school kids. So, the good thing about this place is there's a river that kind of leads down onto the beach. So, I'll have a look down near the shore, but right now, I'm looking at this river and I'm thinking that's probably where the best competitions are going to lie. So let's get down there and we'll have a look. It's windy. As beautiful as this river is, I don't think it'll really make for a good composition. You've got the hillside over on that side. It's really prominent in the frame, and it's yeah, it'd be a really unbalanced image. But I will just spend a few minutes trying to figure something out, see if I can tip the scales back the right way and bring it all together for a composition. And if that doesn't work, I'll probably head up onto the coastal path and try and shoot down, get a different perspective. This beach is, it's beautiful. There's no one here. Really peaceful. So even if no photography happens from this point onwards, it's a really nice way to spend a few hours. Oh, I'm wet. I'm wet. Oh. God. Things I do in the name of photography. So, I've just been walking around with my camera handheld, and I think I found a composition. I'm probably going to get a polarizer on. Try and bring out some detail around the rocks in the water, and maybe go for a long exposure to try and simplify it down a little further. All right, I'm framed up. I've put a polarizer on. I've not polarized it all the way, just enough to cut a bit of the glare off, and I've decided not to go for a long exposure because actually I'm getting 1/3 of a second on my shutter speed anyway, so that's enough to give a bit of movement without losing all the detail in the water that's moving through the scene. So yeah, 2-second timer to avoid any camera shake, and a nice simple image from a nice little trip out to the beach. Right, I was just about to call it a day, being as my feet are soaked and I'm freezing. But we've got a bit of light just starting to break through the clouds, so I'm going to head up onto the coastal path, push on through and see if we can just get one more shot from this morning. Right, let's go. Once I get to the top of here, if I ever get through these spiky bushes, there's another beach, like a little cove, and as the tide pushes in, oh my god, there goes my down jacket. As the tide pushes in, it creates these little pools of water that kind of swill around the rocks. Look at the state of this, man. I picked the wrong time to start talking to the camera. If anyone's walked through this yellow stuff before, you'll know how spiky it is. I'll say it again, the things we do for landscape photography. Anyway, when I get around the corner, hopefully I can get down to this beach, and there's some potential there for some real nice long exposure stuff, you know. Oh yeah, let's get over there and we'll see when we get there. So I can see even from up here on the cliff that the tide is not yet in enough to make that shot work, but from looking from up here, I think there's a shot there shooting up along the cliffs, probably a vertical composition. We'll see if we can make something work, because I've not walked all the way up here for nothing. All right, let's have a look. We've got quite a bit of interest in the sky now as the clouds are just starting to break a little bit, and with a horizon line that straight without anything really peeking up over it, I'll probably drop a medium edge ND filter on there to kind of bring that sky down a little bit and just retain a bit of the drama that's, you know, that's in the sky. Again, just to complement the cliffs down on the bottom. I've got seagulls flying over my head, hope I don't get pooed on. Anyway, I'm gonna break the tripod out and oh my God, right, let's get this done because I'm gonna fall in the sea soon. Light. I've not finished setting up yet. I've not managed to get my ND filter on yet, but I've just got this patch of light hitting that central bit of the rocks there. So I'm just firing off a couple of shots to make sure I've got that in there. And now I'm going to drop the ND filter in to see if we can improve things even more. But right now, it's looking good. Right, that was a bit of a mad rush, but I just wanted to make sure I got the shot. Because for me, the shot's always going to be more important than documenting it, you know. And so, yeah, we've got a nice bit of light now. It's still hitting that middle rock, which is giving me the time I need to drop my ND filter in and really dial things in. You'll see as well that I've lifted the tripod. It's not ideal because it's really windy, and so you get a bit of wobble because of that, especially when you lift the center console in the tripod. But you know, I'm at 1/13 of a second, which is just about enough to not have to worry too much about, you know, micro wobbles from the tripod. So I think I've got the shot. I'm just going to take a couple more frames. I've polarized it as well to bring a little bit of glare off the sea because that was just looking a little bit bright, and so to bring a bit of detail back into the water. And yeah, I think it's come together nicely for an image. So I'm going to spend another few minutes taking variations of the same scene, and hopefully that's shot number 3, and then I'm going to go back to the van and make a coffee, because if you've watched any of my other videos, I get cold hands, and I normally wear gloves. Bad circulation, I'm getting old. As far as I can tell, I think that shot's worked, so yeah, packing down. All the light's gone now anyway, so I think we were quite lucky to get that little patch of light hitting where it needed to be. Doesn't often happen in landscape photography, so I'm glad that I made the effort to come up here. But yeah, time to head back and yeah, go get that coffee. For anyone who's been subscribed to my YouTube channel for a while, you'll know that not only do I always fall over, but I posted like 4 videos and then just kind of disappeared. And I can only apologise. It's tough trying to find the time to fit it all in. I'm a dad, I'm a husband, and I run my own business. I'm a wedding photographer by trade, so spring, summer, autumn, really busy, which I'm really grateful for. And I'm really grateful that I get to, you know, use cameras to earn a living. But I also would really, really like to do more of this. So I'm gonna make a promise to myself and to you guys that I'm gonna try and, you know, shift the balance a little bit more so that I can get out and do these videos. Right, that's me done for the day. I had to abandon filming up on the cliff path because there's quite a few people starting to walk up, and I am incredibly awkward in public when I'm trying to film myself. So Need to work on that. Thank you for those of you who are subscribed already and have been waiting around for the next video. And if you are seeing my face for the first time, then consider subscribing. I've got a couple of other videos that you might want to check out. And if you don't want to do any of that, then feel free to just leave a little like on the video. It makes a huge difference. It's probably the single best thing you could do for a video. Thanks for coming along for the ride. I'm going to make a brew, get warmed up and head back home, and I will see you on the next one.